What's up, everybody?
Whoa. No. I gotta have more cold music. I mean, you got the good cold vibe music, and then now you're just like, back to the show? Come on, whoa. Come on.
You grew into it. It just messed me all up. What's up, everybody? Welcome to another edition of Lyle's Movie Files. I'm Jeffrey Lyles, joined as always by little brother Jace. What's up, bro shot?
What's going on, man? I mean, I was expecting to be on hold music for like 10 more minutes. Just kind of, yeah.
It changed all up on me. I was like, what's happening today? And I've done a lot of recordings, but I have not done a live since this new music change. Anyway, how are you today?
Doing good.
Very, very good. The chat is here. There's a lot of stuff that happened this week.
Really?
So I guess the big news, the crazy big news was today about let me pull up my alert here because Chief, the Grim Reaper, brought this out to our attention. And we're still not sure if Chief's gonna be on, but we'll let y'all know soon. Michelle Trachtenberg of Buffy the Vampire Slayer and Gossip Girl died at age 39. And then one of my buddies sent some more information. She underwent a liver transplant and died of natural causes, which to me, of course, is like, whoa, that's wild. Because I had to get a liver transplant back in December 2022. So yeah, it's a little like, wow, there's another side to that. But our definite heartfelt condolences to her family, her friends, and her fans, because that's sucky. And it's a lot that goes into needing a liver transplant. So when you actually get one, it's like, yay. And then for it to turn out that way, it really sucks. So definite heartfelt, condolences all around on that end.
Yeah. It's like I watched her in Gossip Girl and she was really good. So, and it seems like, the fact that all the actors came in with a quick, condolences. So she must have been cool to work with. So,
yeah. Okay. So,
yeah.
Awkward transition starting now. Let's see what's up with everybody here in the chat. Justin Huber, the movie guy. All right, minutes go red. Redcon playing. Charlie, now let's move. Let's see who gets the reference. Sup, movie crew.
I looked at that before we started, and I still didn't get
it. Don't know. David Thanos says, drawing a blank on that one. Hey, yo. King Collector. King's in the building. What's up, y'all? What's up, royalty? Kelly Cox. Hey, y'all. I'm drawing a blank, Justin. What's up, Kelly?
What's going on?
Blake Tarpley's here. What up, Jeff? Jason Chief? We'll see. What's up, chatters? What's up, Blake? James Parks. What it do, crew?
Ooh. He's finished. Oh.
No, that's Sarah Michelle Gellar. She was in Euro Trip. Yeah. Which is, wow, we just talked about that. Yeah, so we'll get into this. There's so much stuff. I don't even know where to start with. But why not start with this news? Oh, here we go. Thanks. It's from Toy Story when Woody gives Sarge orders. Great. You totally got this. So Daredevil is dropping next week, and I know you can't wait. Daredevil Born Again is coming to us Tuesday. Yeah, I think it's Tuesday. Or is it Wednesday? Let me see here.
What, second? Probably Tuesday.
Let me see.
Because that would make our lives a whole lot easier if it's it must be third. It must be the 4th.
I'll tell you in just a second. Well, because what I am most excited about, and I'll tell you in just a second if I can actually get the date. March 4th. Okay. Starts at 9 p.m. Eastern time. So you'll still be up. So we'll actually have some reaction to it. But what's super cool is Disney is feeling really confident about this one because they are sending the screener for the entire season. So no fake me out, Secret Invasion deal. They're feeling good. I am I'm really excited about this one. So all the other shows that I haven't watched, I'm gonna get pushed back a little bit further because Daryl was here and I did not do my due diligence in catching up to some of these other recaps. Sorry, other shows. Daredevil's about to take your spot in line. So yes, can't wait. Justin, I think we're all excited, Jeff. Yeah. Chase, where you at with Daredevil? Born Again.
I think we all felt kind of when the Netflix cancellation of Daredevil and Luke Cage, that was like, come on, guys, you didn't need to do that. I know there's two I didn't mention, and yeah, okay. Well, I'm sorry. Iron Fist.
I was about to say, you were really
Iron Fist. I'm sorry. Iron Fist. Yeah, I
Danny
slided
ran
you a
out
little bit. I haven't seen that. I haven't seen second season 2. Jessica Jones. Yeah, that was a good call. But to see them actually when they scrap when it was news that they were scrapping some Disney sanitized version of it and just saying, hey, let's do the real thing. I was super excited. And then when they said, hey, it's not going to be 6 episodes, it's going to be 18 episodes, it was, oh, okay, cool. And now hearing the news that they actually have confidence, like they watched all 18 episodes and be like, yeah, this is actually pretty good.
No. So
I'm sorry, 9 episodes.
Yes.
They're giving you they're giving 9 episodes. 9
refuses ever to be old. Yeah. So looking forward to that. And another part that is very exciting about this is they are so hyped up about it that we are going to be getting another installment of Punisher. It's not going to be full on series, but he's going to have one of those special movie type deals like we saw with
Werewolf After Dark.
Yes, Werewolf by Night.
Oh,
yes.
okay.
So that is very cool. I'm trying to see how long it's going to be. It's rumored to be 2026. That's when the second season of Born Again releases. So very cool. I love John Bernthal's take on Punisher. So that is exciting that they're taking advantage of a format that I think works best for Punisher, where he doesn't need to have a full-on movie. He's a character streaming was definitely invented for, because Punisher, by his nature, doesn't have a rogues gallery, and movies tend to work pretty well when you got guys to fight. And you throw him up on a big screen, it's like, well, what makes him so different from, any other dude with a gun and a vendetta? And I think this TV format under the Marvel Studios, Disney Plus umbrella works really well for him.
Yeah, I mean, but I remember the TV show, you had a lot of side characters. I like the side characters, kind of gave them a little more depth, but you could also have removed a couple extra subplots and it still would have been cool. Like I think I watched the first season not too long ago, and they were bringing back the War Buddies. I like that, but if you didn't have it, I still think the story would have been cool. Like who he's trying to get, who he finds as a threat, and then, if there's a twist to it. Oh, I can get you too, no problem. So give him a 90-minute movie. Good way to go.
I am absolutely digging that idea. Michael Solis, what's up, guys?
What's going on?
How you doing? Yeah, that's exciting. So we got what apparently is a really good Daredevil show. They've had some early screenings, first 2 episodes. We've seen that a lot of times with what Marvel does or Marvel Studios does, but that buzz was really good. People were excited and hyped about it. But I think it's even more encouraging that for critics, outside of those who attended the premiere, I think it was just yesterday, that we're going to see the whole thing, the whole season 1. And yeah, it's going to be good. And I'm excited about it.
Here, and this is kind of the interesting thing about Daredevil. Do you think it benefits because it has had 3 seasons to have a villain that you can carry on and not having to switch up the villain after season 1? So it's like, unlike, say, Thor, where Loki gets switched into a villain and then you have to figure out how to rehab him. But Daredevil actually has one bad guy who's always, he shades to the public, but everybody in the audience knows this is the actual bad guy. I think that's what I'm just like, what's your take on that?
I think he works really well as the overall threat, where he can be a menace showing up in Hawkeye, and I mean, he could also pop up in Spider-Man. That's not outside the realm of possibilities. And I think because they introduced Bullseye in season 3, uh shout out, Chief. Keep watching.
He's gonna remember. He's gonna
um
know it.
and hold on real fast. I forgot I need to answer David Thanos.
Oh.
No, I have not finished watching it. I've not gotten past the episode I started February 13th or 14th.
Mm.
Now, there's a good reason for it. I did today an interview with Jeremy Adams, writer of Green Lantern, The Flash, Green Lantern Corps. I'll post that soon, like maybe tomorrow. But that was really cool and really fun. So I have a good reason for it this time. And hopefully over the weekend I will see Cobra Kai. We'll watch more of it. I'm excited about that one. So, but I think Kingpin's better than, maybe not better. He's different in a good way than Magneto's and Loki's because he can be involved, but he's not going to be pummeling Daredevil every, he's not going to be the main villain every season finale. And I think that's cool and works in his favor where he can bring out goons to fight him like Bullseye and it works fine and we're good. You're still Typhoid Mary. White Tiger is going to be in there, we know. And Kingpin can just sit back. And I think it really helps where he has this Lex Luthor, but, like the good Superman stories. And, I mean, I guess he didn't really fight him in Superman 1. He wasn't fighting Lex Luthor every time in those movies or the three movies 2 Lex Luthor showed up in. So yeah, I think it works out. What about you?
I think that has helped some of the probably. I mean, I don't know. I haven't seen it, but I think that's probably boosted the critics' reviews because they're used to saying they can't just crap on the show because it's like, oh great, if we crap on it now, then they're gonna say we're idiots. I guess we'll have to give it positive reviews and actually give it a fair shake. And Marvel audiences like, hey, we want to see a good show. You bring us more of the in Netflix Defenders universe, we'll eat that up. I mean, especially as you hear leaks of this is not going to be as heavy dialogue. It's going to have a whole lot of action. Like that, hearing that just as a statement from the writers, or directors, like, yeah, sign me up 100% on Tuesday.
Yes. 100%. So I'm trying to make sure if I got all the. Oh wait, Michael Solis says Kingpin is a good character because sometimes we want to see him win just as much as the heroes. I think he's an interesting and complex character. I don't know if I've wanted to see him win through the show, but I think Vincent D'Onofrio does such a great job of providing these different shades of gray and layers to him where it's kind of like, well, the story could be really interesting if he is able to make this move happen, or hey, he gets out of prison or whatever. And that's really fun. I don't know if I'm rooting for him to get Matt Murdock, get Daredevil.
Okay. If I'm using Daredevil season 1 as the example, when he was kind of, hey, here's what I'm planning on doing. It's not going to be pretty, but there are reasons why I'm doing this, and they don't sound crazy. And but unlike Thanos, he's not actually coming off as well, once I'm done there, I'll rest. He's like, no, I'm still gonna have my foot on these fools because I think I can do it better from the shadows because the criminals here suck, and I'll just take over and we'll just call it a day. I think I wasn't rooting for him, but there was the Russians and what they were doing. I'm like, yeah, they can go. Kind of the folks, with the extra drugs, yeah, y'all can go. I'm okay with this. So him is kind of, I'm okay with him taking steps to get rid of some of the bad elements of the city.
The bad elements. There's some bad actors throughout this city that we built on rock and roll. So let me go to this. There was this point where it seemed like we were gonna get a whole bunch of Black Panther spin-off stuff. Some of which was because the first film was so well received. Let's say last time we did this, It's still the top 5 of highest grossing solo standalone comic book films. It might still be the highest grossing one now I'm thinking about it, but it was really well done, well received. And I was like, let's do more Black Panther. Unfortunately, of course, we know what happened with Chadwick Boseman. And so Disney, Marvel kind of kept announcing stuff. Ryan Coogler was like, yeah, we're going to do this, but it feels like that moment's kind of passed, at least until we get a new Black Panther, a real T'Challa in the role. No offense. No offense whatsoever to Shuri, who in this universe made so much more sense as the Q to Black Panther's James Bond, or whatever way you want to say with that. One of those projects they were talking about was doing an Okoye and the Midnight Angels. You know, they had that armor and flying around, and there was some thought of maybe we could make this into a movie. And one of the Marvel execs said, I think fans of Okoye are going to be excited to see her come back, but I don't think it's going to be in a television show. I can't say where and when, but I think there's a lot to look forward to. Question for you about Okoye. I think Okoye is a great character in Black Panther. I thought she was really fun in Wakanda Forever. I thought she was cool in her role in Infinity War. I don't know if I needed to see a spinoff of Okoye. I don't know what her role is exactly without T'Challa around, you know, to kind of be his bodyguard, protector. What do you think?
Okay. Am I mistaken? Weren't the Dora Milaje in Falcon and the Winter Soldier?
They were. She wasn't.
Okay. You can kind of. I guess I'd be okay with that. I could see Quay kind of roaming around, like, you know, they have a new directive. They're more humanitarian focused, but kind of making sure the Wakanda's investment isn't getting used for evil. I don't know if you could. I could see doing a kind of a Disney Plus series on that. I mean, because it would, you know, come up with like a mystery. Somebody's got some vibranium, some humanitarian, you know, some South African guys, you know, moving around stuff. You never know. So whatever. You know.
So my whole thing with that is that sounds like a really good idea for a Black Panther movie. And I think what's happening in the streaming era in spin-off heavy, let's make everything content. Everybody's gotten like, oh, well, let's take this French character and make her the focus or him the focus of whatever. Sometimes characters are best suited in a supporting role where they can be an excellent supporting cast member. That doesn't mean they need to take the spotlight because people like them in a supporting role. That's why we haven't gotten a War Machine movie. And I'm trying to think of some other characters. Why we haven't gotten a Bucky movie? I mean, Bucky's always paired with somebody.
If we have a Bucky movie, it's called Thunderbolts.
He's not the star of that movie. They put Yelena front and center. He's not the leader of that team. We know that.
I mean, I think from a big picture standpoint, it's a whole lot harder once you give somebody that standalone, that time to shine, and then you put them back into the ensemble movie, like the next Avenger movie, and I would like to see so-and-so get more time. And it's like, no, they're kind of the second tier character to the Black Panther, not, you know, on the Avengers. That's, I mean, kind of
right.
Like you put, like, what was it? If you put Deadpool in Avengers in the next Avengers movie, you're like, whoa, I need to see enough. Hey, we need more cowbell. We need more Deadpool. Whoa. We got our thing. We don't need.
At least Deadpool has been the star of his own movies. I think that's the big issue.
I'm sorry, I messed up. Yeah, but I'm okay. Let's say they did a Rocket movie and well received, Rocket TV show, and then, hey, wow, he should be the leader of the Guardians. You really don't need Star-Lord anymore. Like, we need more Rocket. He was so cute.
But I think, and this is also because I think Drax would be a character who's great as a supporting player. You wouldn't want to see a Drax movie. You wouldn't want to see Drax doing some standalone mission. No, he is perfectly cast as a supporting cast member. Ditto for Mantis. You said Rocket, but Guardians Volume 3 was basically
I was kind of a Rocket.
sort of a Rocket standalone, kind of, sort of co-starring the Guardians. So I don't know. I feel like Okoye just wouldn't work. What's up, Ryan Daly? Okay, it would have been a better replacement Black Panther than Shuri, but I still wish they had just recast T'Challa. I'm with you. They could have done Okoye. They could have done Nakia. It was weird because, yeah, the comic book says Shuri. And I feel like so often they deviate from what they do in the comic book, where no one outside of real hardcore comic fans were like, whoa, whoa, whoa. It's supposed to be Shuri. When you had better Black Panther candidates than Shuri, who was never like, she was firing from a distance. Now all of a sudden she's going toe to toe with Namor.
Nakia would have actually, she was a spy. She had actually worked outside of the system. So they would almost been a different story. Like, hey, how are you the Black Panther? You're not even part of the royal family. Oh, wait, I actually am. And there could have been that little bit of I don't know, but it was because of how Black Panther 2 was done. It was, let's make the transition as easy as possible versus actually having conflict, because our conflict is our grief. And that's really the biggest hurdle we're trying to overcome this movie. Because if you ask me what Namor was trying to do, I do not remember in that movie.
He was trying to take over the surface world, get revenge for his people.
Okay.
Michael Sola says the Red Ranger can have his own movie without the team. The Blue Ranger can get an episode if he's lucky. I don't make the rules. I just follow him.
What's the one who did it? Like the Green Ranger just kicked all their butts, or was that the Black Ranger? I think it was Green.
Green would have. Harry G, what's up, man? How are you?
What's going on?
Ryan Daly. The snark is always my favorite. You're saying Awkwafina's character from Shang-Chi doesn't deserve her own 8-episode series? Please no. She was on that movie way too long for me. Gosh, like, can we focus on our main character?
Ooh.
But I kind of feel like in a lot of ways they were trying to do the Shang-Chi dynamic. The Black Panther dynamic in Shang-Chi, but we had already seen T'Challa doing his thing in Civil War. So it was like, cool, let's meet the other characters. But Shang-Chi, we had no idea about this dude. So it was like, hey, here's him, here's his sister, and here's his, goofy kind of comic relief other character, and here's Trevor.
Funny thing is, I was just watching Iron Man 1, and you hear mention of the 10 rings, and it's like, okay, we're setting up sudden, and then it's Trevor.
Nice.
It's like, how does this? Especially in trying to almost pay that off in Shang-Chi, it's like, okay, we got the real 10 rings. How about we have the Shang-Chi be the lead dude against the 10 rings? Nah, he's got Awkwafina getting the costume. Like, for what? Like,
why? Mark, hey, what's up, man? Hey, what's happening, guys? Guess what? I've got a fever, and the only prescription is more Deadpool. Lawson Wallace, what's up, man? Hello, Jeffrey, Jace, and the crew.
Hello, Lawson.
How you doing, man? Yeah. So, I think that was a good decision. I feel like if they were still rolling, everybody's loving everything they do with the MCU. Sure, why not try to play anything? But not at this point.
Okay.
Let's
ask the next obvious question. Riri Williams.
What about Riri?
I like Riri. The show's done in the can, ready to come out. I'm sure it's probably been filmed 3 years ago.
Coming out soon.
But is anyone excited for this project?
I will say that Riri is a character that I liked in Wakanda Forever. They didn't force her so much into it, like, hey, she's the most important thing. I really think Wakanda Forever really needed, I keep saying this, but they needed T'Challa. And with T'Challa there, everything else would have flowed so much more. I think people would have been excited about an Ironheart show. And because you could have had Shuri meet up with her, not as Black Panther. Maybe then you have T'Challa show up to help all of them. Mm-hmm. And then he loses his first fight with the Atlanteans. I don't know. It's just, it felt like a spinoff of, hey, while T'Challa is doing something really important with the Avengers, here's what else is going on in Wakanda. And it's like, cool. But can we get back to T'Challa? T'Challa. I feel like I keep saying this over and over again, but yeah. Now, let me see here. Henry G says, I've watched Wakanda Forever a couple times in the last few weeks. Honestly, I didn't hate it, but I can't help but feel we were cheated out. Yes, it really, like the movie's so good. I like how they changed things to make sure and Namor kind of have this romantic thing, possibly, maybe. I thought that was a nice little pivot for the story they had, but I really feel like that story would have, that's one where if they had waited 5 years, I think they would have done it totally different. Where it wasn't this cathartic, let's grieve Chadwick Boseman on screen. It would have been a Black Panther story, and that's what was needed.
Yeah.
And no, I'm with you. Cheated may not be the best choice of words, but yeah, absolutely.
Oh yeah, but I think we're all kind of in agreement that it was one of those things that they had almost, Kevin Feige said, hey, instead of making a part 2, let's put this one on ice, just to kind of
let's
figure out the way to go.
Chill out for a little bit.
Yeah.
Ironheart, because you asked, is scheduled for June 24th, so it is coming.
So that's not too long. Oh wait, so that's going to be after Andor.
We will talk about Andor.
Well, no, I'm saying so. You got Daredevil's 9 weeks, then Andor, and then Ironheart.
Maybe they're switching things up and doing like multiple episodes in a week. We'll see. So why doesn't Marvel do more mini movies? I think you might have missed it. They are going to do one with Punisher. So he's getting one 2026, probably before Daredevil Born Again season 2 comes out.
I think I'll say they probably, if War Machine got a Disney Plus movie, people would be kind of annoyed. Because it's like, hey, he should get a big movie. You can't just put him to Disney Plus. I mean, you could have done the TV show. What was it supposed to be? Armor Wars. You could have probably done that into a TV show, but especially after Secret Invasion, it was whoa, you guys, we need you to stop you from all just these whatever the mess you made was. You guys need to come up with an actual idea for a TV show before you just decide, hey, we're making TV shows.
Yeah. Well, I mean, no idea what's going on with his show or movie. It might have been quietly canceled on us, which, I mean, I think they have a really rough way to go where it's, hey, I think they could have they really needed to milk as much as they could have before Infinity War and Endgame. And I think they could have gotten a War Machine standalone movie out during that point. They could have gotten a Black Widow standalone movie out before. So maybe she had 2 before she got killed. And then the third one could have been, well, here's her passing the torch. And we didn't even realize it, kind of a thing. I think War Machine's a character that would have been just fine doing stuff beforehand. He's just so closely linked into every Iron Man movie where, yeah, he's right there with him. And not so much like, oh, these are great movies that have War Machine in them as well. But it's kind of like, all right, here he is on his own, which would have worked a lot better when Tony's still alive. Maybe Tony could have shown up at the end, but with him dead, it's kind of like, well, is he filling the void of our no more Iron Man?
And here's the problem. I think they probably very quietly want to forget that Secret Invasion ever happened. And
what are you talking about?
I know. It was something on the schedule, tried to come out, but they tried to stream it. It didn't work out well. Big tragedy there. I think that hampers so much of the, hey, if we go with Rhodey, are we going to just say this was from another world? Which is the easiest way to do it, is that Secret Invasion happened on Earth 614. And just move on from it, but you got
a little bit off.
It was close enough, but just it wasn't. I think having to deal with that just puts you in such a bind. It's like, do we admit this happened, or do we just go in a different direction? And it's easier to just not do anything and just kind of wipe the whole idea off the schedule.
Lawson says MCU always feels off to me, not like the comic books, but more like what's happening off panel instead. Can you write a little bit more about that? I'm curious about what you're saying on that. David Thanos says, yeah, they need to cast that guy that's rumored to play T'Challa. T'Challa. Black Panther was on, I think, Monday, and on TNT, of course. So I was hooked until the commercial break. Then it was like, oh, right. Go away. That's what they do all the time. It's like, I'll watch it until the commercial break. And it's always because the commercial break is so awkwardly. It's like they don't make these movies for commercial breaks. So whenever they throw one in, it's like, all right, cool. I'm out. Thank you. Is it just me, or is the MCU out of touch with its audience? Should they get a new leader for the MCU? I think so. To answer several of your one question and then your other statements, I don't know if it's out of touch with its audience. I think they're having a problem of keeping the audience invested post Endgame because of all kinds of various circumstances. Cap, Iron Man have been written off, ditto for Black Widow, and I think it's hard to replace characters who've been in those roles for a long time. It'd be the case with any franchise. And I think those two, particularly Cap and Iron Man, were very strong. I mean, they were positioned as the two pillars of the whole MCU. Like, here's Cap, here's Iron Man. Are you on Team Cap? You on Team Iron Man? So when you replace both of them, or when they're both gone, it's like, okay, what's next? And I think not having a focus for the multiverse saga has hurt so much in terms of keeping people engaged. Because Shang-Chi ended on a, hey, he might be our new Avenger. And then it was like, well, where's this dude? We haven't seen him. We're still talking about getting the Avengers together. I think they really needed a team stronger than the Eternals to do something. The Eternals didn't mean anything. So like Michael Solis said, they don't matter. Nobody cares about them. And they've been some really good highs. No Way Home, Multiverse of Madness, and Brave New World, Deadpool and Wolverine, Loki season 1 and 2. But they've had so many things where it's like, this was cool. I mean, I'll watch it because nothing else is on, but it just hadn't been a lot of stuff that has hit really well, at least for me.
Okay. Well, the idea of you change strategy when your thing is completely not working, and I don't think Marvel is not working. I think you get $100 million plus opening. You get, I think, like Brave New World is 200 plus.
You want to know where Brave New World is? I actually pulled it up. I thought we might talk about that.
Okay.
But not the window that I just went through. Now, of course, I've got too many
windows. Easy one.
What did you say?
I said that would be easy for you. Come on.
Yeah, why would I do that? I really did have this. Dude. And then, of course, I don't know where that window is at all, so I'm just opening up a new one. Right now, it is at 294 million worldwide. Okay. Worldwide. 294. 146 domestically, 148 global or internationally.
Okay. Let me let the cat out of the bag. The fact that China's probably not one of the biggest audiences on this movie hurt it. But it still is about, it is still, I think, what did they say, it had to make at least 450 to turn a profit. It's going to turn a profit. It's going to get to, before its run is over, it'll be probably 250 plus. We'll see. And it's, what's the next movie coming out?
The next movie is Fantastic Four.
I'm talking big movie that's, if you go to the movie theater, not just Marvel fans, like, I don't think
there's nothing. It's good to be number one next week. It's just how much will it drop? I think last weekend it dropped 68%. That wasn't as bad as the 78% of the Marvels, or was that 82%? It dropped really bad.
Yeah, you said it right.
So there it's going to be number one again due to a lack of options. I don't think there's a lot of buzz for these Oscar movies, so I don't think you're going to see, let's go to the movie theater and watch these movies, because they're largely gone anyway.
Yeah.
And so it's going to do its thing. It's just,
Yeah, I saw like the comments, it dropped so much. It's like, well, the hype is kind of dying down, but that still doesn't mean, hey, if you're in the business of making money, which Disney is, hey, this is still profitable. And the people aren't hating this idea. It's, if you can build on it, kind of very similar how I was saying, like, hey, Iron Man 1 was trying to get you to the next thing. Right now, people don't know, hey, can you tell us what we see what the next thing is and schedule is, but can you make it look like it's building? Like, can you, when you get to the Fantastic Four, I need you to remind us, hey, it's part of MCU, multiverse, whatever. We got it. If you want to kind of hook people back into it, make it look like, hey, go back and watch Brave New World because it's going to build, and then this next thing builds, and that's going to get the people who say, I don't want to watch 20,000 things to watch them. They're actually going to come back and do it.
David Thanos says it's hard to keep people interested. We just saw what feels like 20-minute movies that lead to Endgame. And I think that worked because it made so much money, billions of dollars for Marvel and Disney. I think that's the formula. People were complaining, but I mean, how many franchises have gone beyond 4 or 5 installments? And I know this was an extreme example of a largely continuing story, but I think even non-comic book fans were invested in this story. I think that's what they need to understand is their bread and butter of storytelling. It's about making people get invested in a long form story, do the homework, and watch it. But of course, you've got to make your characters interesting. And if you don't do that, then, well, nobody's going to care. But if you do a connected story that makes sense, of course, you've got to have some connection to the previous 20. But if you do that, I think people would have been all into this multiverse saga if just about every film had some multiverse stuff going on, played it up some. Oh, who's this? Oh, this is just Agent Carter. Actually, it's Captain Carter. They could have played up and had a lot of fun. They could have had the Inhumans show up in a movie. Maybe they could have had the Inhumans show up in the Eternals. But they could have done more with it. And I just feel like that's what was missing. And Ryan, you make such a great point. If they hadn't wasted the name Defenders on Netflix, they could have made a Defenders movie with Strange, Hulk, Namor, etc. as a surrogate Avengers. And it's so right there because, you know, in Ragnarok, it's like move Thor out. We've got Hulk, we've got Valkyrie, we've got Doctor Strange. They're all in the movie. And I was just like, dude, we got the Defenders right here. And just throw in your Namor that you've introduced in Wakanda Forever. That would have been so much fun because Benedict Cumberbatch's Doctor Strange leading that group of characters, that would have been awesome. And I feel like that's where they've made their mistakes from. And Blake, yes, Ryan, even after the Fantastic Four, add Silver Surfer, who is not in the Defenders as much as, you know, in our collective memories would lead us to believe. He's like in there for a handful of stuff. But yeah, like that would have worked because you can't do a standalone Hulk movie. Great. He's in the Defenders with Doctor Strange. Valkyrie's still trying to wean off her being a drunk. She's got personality and she's got a sword. And you've got Namor flying around. And if you wanted, the great thing about the Defenders is they have a rotating cast of other characters. You could have introduced Nighthawk. You could have thrown in Hellcat. You know, not the one from Jessica Jones, but you could have thrown those characters in there too. You could have also worked in other characters like Hawkeye, who was hanging out with them for a minute. I mean, it was just, and there you could have thrown in Moon Knight. The Defenders would have given them the team that they needed. They could have gotten box office people excited. People like, oh, I want to see all these characters together as a team. And I think not doing a big team movie outside of Guardians hurt them a lot too. Just think about the time frame. Iron Man and Endgame had a plan, and it's 2025, and it feels like we haven't really touched the multiverse. Yeah, it's been a problem. I feel like I could talk about so many different paths they could have taken. The audience deserves more Tessa Thompson. Yes. I mean, because she's been so good at it. It was crazy. I watched another episode of What If. And this was a good one. This one featured Riri Williams and a whole random cast of characters. Like, all right, this is y'all doing what you can with the phase 4, phase 5 characters. But I like that one. It's Tessa Thompson actually voiced Valkyrie. And it's like, man, so many of the cast is like replaced by really competent voice actors who can mimic the live screen actors' voices so well. And Tessa Thompson, like, sure, I'll come through and do my character. Yeah, she'd have been great. And we need to see more. At what point do they just start remaking the MCU movies? They already did Dark Phoenix and Spider-Man's Origins twice each.
Oh, no, I don't think so.
Um,
I think that would be a disaster. I think that would be like everybody can be like, okay, I'm done with these Marvel movies. I think the MCU knows, hey, our best vehicle to make money is to print out new things. And if something didn't work like the Fantastic Four, get it right so we can print more money later on. I mean, because
they have the X-Men. They've got Fantastic Four. They could do the Defenders. They've got the New Warriors, who are also right around the corner. I mean, they can make them and no problem. They can do X Factor if they want to start branching out to do X teams, X Force. There's a ton that they have without needing to pilfer back through what they've already done.
And here's the other thing: the Marvel, and this is why I think Kevin Feige knows, it's like, hey, we know the brand has lost luster. But we have to hit the new properties that we bought all of Disney, Fox's stuff for this reason, because we knew they can make us so much money if we get them right. We get Fantastic Four, we can make 3 to 4 movies plus spinoffs. If we get X-Men right, years of money. Everybody can say, oh, we're bored of the MCU, but money will keep coming in. So they do not have to remake anything.
Brian, you're right. They have introduced all the Young Avengers, but really, I think the problem with the Young Avengers, we just left the Avengers. We don't need, hey, here's here's another watered down version of these characters who like only younger. That's why I said the New Warriors, because Night Thrasher's totally not Captain America. Marvel Boy, he's not Firestar, not like anybody. Nova's cocky. They need that kind of character in there anyway. So there's so many more elements, and Namorita's already in the MCU. So there's so much more that they could do with these characters, as opposed to, hey, let's just bring back what worked before. Blake's like, help us, Russo brothers. Your only hope. Is Young Avengers going to be a movie or Disney Plus series? Supposedly a movie? I don't know.
Oh, no. I was going to say, I hope Disney Plus, because many of them are powerhouses. Ms. Marvel is the most interesting thing. She's funny, but watered down Hawkeye, no thanks.
It's funny because I was like, yeah, Ms. Marvel's cool. The rest of them I'm not excited about.
No, you can pass those in. Yeah, just no. I'm good.
What's up, Lefty? Let's move off of the MCU because I just talk about it all the time.
Right.
And I'm sure there'll be more to talk about later. Let's move over to Star Wars. The Andor season 2 trailer dropped, and hyped up about that one. Shocker. Andor is a great series, and I wanted to lead off with this as we get into the Star Wars part of our conversation, just to be like, hey, Andor was really good. Season 2, it felt like a little bit of James Gunn with that music. Like, what are we doing? Let's go with some sweet and majestic John Williams theme going.
Did you listen to the theme of the song?
Yeah.
Like, come on, let's start our rebellion. Like, okay, like, especially when it's going to do that time. It's going to do a time leap on every 3 episodes. It's all right. This is a year, and then gets you,
right to Rogue One.
Again, to me, it's like, hey, because when you have a director critic and they're just, I'm so smart. I was like,
here's a really great thing about him showing up. If I have even the remotest, slightest bit of energy, I'm going to do another Figure Files talking about all the cool stuff we're getting thanks to Andor season 2, including director critic choking on his ambitions. I'm excited about that.
Yeah. That is again. Andor is the one I think probably, if you tell me the shows I really want to see this year, I think Andor actually is the one, because I rewatched that recently, and I'm just like, that every 3 episodes you got that. Oh, that thing was chef's kiss.
Good.
And it always that build up, and then when you got it, it was like, yeah, this is that stuff that Princess Leia and Han and all of them. This isn't the nice stuff. This is what rebellions are built on, and it was very much a very good payoff to me. And having something like that in this, sign me up.
Andor's peak Star Wars television. But I've got to get to this. Ryan messed up, but I think it's kind of funny. I assume the Young Avengers are going to be part of the Kangaroo movie, which would have been awesome. Actually, the Kang movie. I mean, and then David Thanos says they may as well put them out going up against the Kangaroo for as effective as Kang was.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You got beat by some ants. Come on. I beat Thor, but these ants, whoa.
I'm just saying. You could have had Quantumania be a Thor movie. I will continue to say that.
Oh, man.
All right. Lefty says, I like the idea of New Warriors, but wouldn't they be seen as a knockoff of DC's Teen Titans? Slash Titans. No, because the Titans are all derivative of their mentors. Whereas DC's never really focused or committed to them in live action. So if you beat them to it with New Warriors, then it's like, sorry, y'all dropped the ball.
Yep. That was it. It was like, it's just as most people think of the multiverse from DC with Crisis. Marvel got there first, and that was the one that a lot of people, they've done that. And if you came out with a young team that is the first one out, people would say, oh, that Titans team is a ripoff of them. Yeah.
Quantum Realm ants. This is a terrible transition. Okay. Somebody who is not an ant. He stomps on mud holes. He stomps on ant hills. He's the man, the myth, the legend himself. He is back ready to take the full stage. What up, Chief?
Hey, what's going on, everybody?
Colin.
That's
glad to see you back.
Hey, it's good to be back. I guess I picked the wrong night to come back, though, y'all. Y'all talking about Teen Titans and everything.
No. We're back on Star Wars now.
Okay.
Did you watch the Andor trailer?
I haven't watched the Teen Titans in a while.
You should not. Andor worked best when subverting expectations, so the music in the trailer didn't bother me. I mean, I didn't hate it. I was just like, okay, whatever. I was way more invested in what are we seeing. But of course, with Andor, I'm like, I don't need to pay that much attention. I'm just here for the episodes. I'm all set. Ooh, where's Kang the Conqueror? Oh wait, he got defeated by Ant-Man. Never mind. Yeah. Marvel ran down the multiverse court, threw up a brick. Airball.
Pox, what up? What up, Pox? Hey, Thanos, what's good, man? You know what I mean? Hey, man, I'm trying, man. Do what I can. Hey, man, I can't stop him, man. I can't stop him.
Hey, the full moon is gone. She's back.
Yeah, man. You know how it is, man, with me and my werewolf movies. This Marvel situation is crazy.
King Collector. It's funny that no one gives Dooku the credit for starting a rebellion. Hey, listen, Skywalker stories on YouTube is like my new continued waste of time, David Thanos. So I don't know how they're putting this together. I mean, they're throwing AI up, and I don't care. It's like the one good use of AI that I've seen on YouTube.
Did I send you the one? Did you see the one I sent you of Dooku? And
yes, absolutely.
I was like, man, I know it's from the novelization, but they're really good.
Must not be sent.
There weren't any lightsabers, so I didn't send it to you, Chief.
Yeah.
Well, then thank you.
You're welcome. and it's like it's kind of they're working with a very limited deal, so they keep doing the same transitions, but it's great. They had like Anakin or Darth Vader going to Padme's tomb, and he's talking to all these important people in his life, and the voice. They've got the acting down, so whatever they've done with the programming, it sounds like Liam Neeson, Ewan McGregor. Of course,
Hayden was perfect.
It was perfect. I mean, they did amazing stuff with it. It was awesome. And then they had another one where Count Dooku is talking to Palpatine, like right in the moments before Anakin and Obi-Wan come in the opening act of Revenge of the Sith. and he's like, my master, shouldn't, if he's so dangerous, shouldn't I just kill him? It's awesome stuff. I wish I could plug in as supplemental bonus material in Star Wars somewhere. I can just add to, because it's been so good. And David Thanos, if you haven't watched it, there's something else to spend some time doing.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe DC should put the checkerboard pattern across the tops of their movie posters to get some extra attention from Marvel, like they tried with their comics covers in 66. Titans was on Max, then was good-ish. Lefty, what season did you stop? Wait, tell me that you stopped watching Titans in season 2 without telling me you stopped watching Titans in season 2.
I like it said ish. Because you know after that second, like, wait, she got wait, are you telling me you killed off Diana Troy with some electricity?
That was awful.
Trash.
Hey man, what's up, Henry G? Man, what's good, bro? Mark A, what's up, man?
Thanks, Mark.
Hey, Jace, you're a chopped liver, man.
He said we're Bush, Jace.
Just think about it here.
That's just not funny.
I guess not.
We're
cinephiles over here.
Hey, Ryan, man, they was going against me hard. They was like, if only I knew where your mother lived. So I sent her my mother's address. I called my mother. I said, good luck. So I haven't talked to her. I don't know what happened. So apparently, we'll see. Mama, if you're out there, I'm sorry.
Sorry, Mama.
Left you 2 lines, man. What's up, bro?
Never meant to make you cry. David Thanos.
Man, listen, the death threats just stopped. They just stopped. All the short dudes came at me. I'm 5'5" I'm 5'5". I'm like, man, it was just jokes, bro. You know what I mean? So yeah, I'm like, god dang. Blake, what's up, man? What's going on with you, man? Yeah, it's been crazy, man.
They have been so good. She was the hero we need in these unprecedented times.
I'm just out here throwing paper towels to the masses, man. That's what I do. Yeah, man, I did hear there was a new fan. As a matter of fact, we last time I was here, we watched the little clip for it, and it was garbage. It was going to stay garbage.
It was not garbage.
It was good. That was garbage.
Hey, sure.
So,
don't forget, Chief, we got the Rise of the Silver Surfer coming soon.
Oh, it's clobbering time. Hey, man, I always walk straight at the end, Blake. That's how I do it, man. You know what I mean? I remember, it reminds me of a little barbershop quartet I used to be back in Skokie, Illinois. But I have to tell you that another time, man.
Yeah, we'll say that for later.
Another time.
Off rant with season 2. So
I don't think I watched past season 2 either.
Or what, Titans?
Yeah, that's weird.
Yeah,
you don't need to watch anything else in Titans but season 1 and 2. Season 1 is like, all right, we're getting there. Season 2 is really good. And season 3, it was like, you know what? All that cool stuff we did before, let's forget it.
Did you watch any of season 3?
I watched season 3.
I don't think I even watched it.
Poor shit.
Well, I mean, it was good for 4 episodes. It was like, oh man, it's great. And it was like, why is Scarecrow the main season villain?
That was season 3.
Yeah, you're talking about season 4, which I've not.
Season 4. No, that wasn't changed.
I will not.
Okay, when they announced the casting of Lex Luthor, was like, yeah, okay, good, thanks.
I am out.
The Goat Man. Yeah. Yeah, we're gonna have to see how this Goat Man thing works out here. You know, the Goat Man. I'm coming for you, He-Man. So we'll see how this thing is. I hear you typing over there, man.
I was pulling up something for.
You went to typing school.
Yeah.
You didn't have it in high school?
I didn't go to that class. You know, but I hear him. He's in that joint.
In the studio. King Collector, Jeff, who's doing that Dooku Star Wars stuff you're talking about? Pull this up real fast for you. That's what I was typing real fast. I don't know if it showed. Yes. So, now you can't see it when I do that. Let me do this. Okay. So it's amazing. Skywalker stories. They are doing just dope stuff. All the time. So Darth Vader learns about Luke Skywalker. Qui-Gon Jinn visits Anakin on Mustafar. Darth Vader's journey to redemption at Padme's tomb. These are really cool things. Luke Skywalker tells Leia about,
This is stuff that's made up or stuff that happened that we didn't see they're doing.
No, they were making it up. And and Darth Vader haunted by his past. So Darth is seeing a vision of Padme here. Luke Skywalker tells Leia about how Vader turned back to the light, which we didn't see, of course. Luke Skywalker encounters Darth Malgus. I mean, it's a complete, utter time. Like, oh man, how'd I get this far? But it's so good. And the animation is like, all right, it's basically like, woo, but it's really done well. I'm digging it.
Cool stories.
Hey man, appreciate it, man. I try to come in here and make it good for y'all, man. I want y'all to come in and tune in every Wednesday with us. Hey, can you get a G?
Man.
Yeah, can you get a G, brother? Yeah, man. Man. It's gonna be wild.
I know. I know. It was just on YouTube, and I was doing stuff on YouTube anyway. I was like, let's see what this is. And then it was just a problem. So what happened? I was doing dishes, and I was trying to listen to music, and I was like, wait, what's this? And it was all.
So the companion, huh? Is it a miniseries or is it a movie?
Yeah, that's one I'm talking about. Yeah, it's good stuff. No, it's not that kind of AI stories, Ryan. They're it's sensible stuff. So let's get on to this other Star Wars news here. There's been conflicting reports that Kathleen Kennedy is going to be retiring as president of Lucasfilm. And online, everyone's like, yeah, she's leaving out of there. It's amazing. Someone at CNN said, over Lucasfilm, there's nothing there right now, which of course could mean, well, she's going to announce it.
That's corporate speak.
Yeah. So, of course, that led all kinds of like, haha, celebration, like the Emperor's dead. And, people were upset about how Kathleen's treated Star Wars. And I'm, my thoughts on the sequel trilogy. But there has been some good stuff on her watch. Clone Wars, Rebels, parts of Bad Batch. And most certainly, I said parts of Bad Batch. The parts where Omega wasn't in it. And
no episodes of the Bad Batch.
There were episodes she wasn't in it. And then, of course, Andor and Mandalorian season 1 and 2 for sure. Parts of season 3.
Okay. And here's the thing. Kathleen Kennedy, to her credit, did very well when it did not touch on the Skywalkers in the Force. She did not understand that part. When it came to anything that was war or kind of any other kind of thing in the universe, in a galaxy far, far away, she actually was good because she didn't have anything to base anything on. It was like, okay, somebody else can look at this part of lore and be fine and go there. But they don't have to do really 40 years of research to get something right. If they didn't have to do that, they were fine. But when it came to Skywalker in the Force, I don't know anything about it. I am hiring somebody else. Hope they did the research. Hey, JJ, did you look at this? I hated the prequels. I didn't care about them. I didn't pay attention to the story, so I'm just going to do them again. What? Wait a minute. But I think, and on her watch, if you say, hey, take out the movies, Skywalker, she actually had a positive reign in Lucasfilm.
It sounds like a lot. But she did have Rogue One on the resume and Solo, which I will state was a good movie. I enjoyed it. Jalen with the hot take, Ahsoka better than Andor. Just want to put that out there. Ryan says emphatically disagree. But if that's how you feel. I liked them both.
Oh, okay.
I never watched Andor, so
King Collector Bad Batch was good. As Ryan stated, emphatically disagree. My main issue was I really was so, I was so excited in that last season of Clone Wars watching the Bad Batch. I was like, these guys are great. They should do more with them. And the idea of like a couple seasons of them just doing their thing during the Clone Wars really appealed to me. Hey, we need another strike commando team. Send in the Bad Batch. I was all for that. And them trying to shoehorn this family thing with Omega, it's like, I think I would have been okay with that if, like other TV shows, it's getting a little long in the tooth. Let's introduce the cute kid. If she showed up in season 3 or 4, okay. But I was like, nah, dude, this is not what I signed up for when they said we're going to do a Bad Batch show.
Yeah. If you told everybody, hey, instead of doing this show about these different clones that are bigger and stronger and can do things that other clones can't do, but we're going to shoehorn Jiminy Cricket in here in the first episode and get rid of one of the cooler characters, are you going to be okay? The answer's no. I mean, that's why I always was. I watched the Bad Batch, like, okay, I know it's filling in some gaps, but overall, I'm okay with. I mean, that last season was okay. You finished out the run. I wasn't loving it. So,
Michael Solis says, "I'll fight over Omega. I don't think that was anything." Oh, I definitely wasn't blaming her for Omega. Omega. It is a Dave Filoni thing. I think, unlike Ahsoka, he didn't have time to make people care about her. I mean, maybe some people did.
Let's say this. I don't think it was because she sidelined.
Yes.
Crosshair. It was, wait a minute, like you got rid of the shady dude, like the kind of patch over his eye sniper, not the focus of the episode. It was like very much if you took off Wolverine out of X-Men and then put in some random Darwin or somebody. It was like, wait, we saw this Wolverine guy. We think he's cool.
Darwin is the worst example. He was cool.
I'm sorry. What's the one? Not Darwin. Let's say Morph. Somebody doesn't do much.
Now Morph looked good in X-Men 97. How about Toad?
Yeah.
Andor had some really great characters, very well developed. Jalen says, I tried with Andor, I just didn't care. Honestly, it's like some of the peripheral characters more than Cass and Andor.
Yes, that's actually it pays off that he's not a focus of the show. Like each episode, you're gonna be like, oh, this was a character that we're building up to that storyline.
Right.
And
just wait till the thing gets in there.
Oh yeah.
Lefty. Who do I blame for the Acolyte? Who's in that with you?
What are you talking about? Again, actually, I'm sorry. Let me add in anything to do with lightsabers. Anything with lightsabers. That was the problem. Anything with lightsabers was just a problem. Unless Dave Filoni or John Favreau had we'll take this one. Just I want to do something. No. Like they didn't even read a Cliff Note version of what this story is supposed to be. So just
it's not for you. It's not for you.
Yeah, remember like Jokey just like pulled in Batman '89. It just like got him off the screen. Yeah, that's what should have happened.
We're talking about wrestling.
Watching Hill, so who knows?
Kind of like that reaction from Chase. If Boba was feared in the Star Wars universe, then Omega should be twice as feared as a grown-up. Right, people complain that Rian Johnson ruined Luke Skywalker. I think Dave Filoni did him even dirtier. Please elaborate.
What?
Lefty. Andor was cool, very good actually. Acolyte was a waste of my unlimited internet. I thought you were saying unlimited interest.
I mean, that would be bad if you're actually paying like you got like, hey, I can only get so much data I can use a month, and I watched it on Acolyte.
Yeah, Acolyte was a waste of time, man. They should have paid us to watch it. So, like, you lost money. You could have been doing something else, anything constructive. You know what I mean? Pulling the wings off of flies. It was just bad business. I don't know how that even. I don't know who watched that, who saw that and was like, we're gonna green light this one.
I know who didn't watch it.
I mean, it was the elevator pitch of it. Hey, let's do Kill Bill and Frozen. And set to Star Wars. No, absolutely not. And
How
that
does that work?
should have been me yelling like, "All right, you're getting off at the next floor. I'm going up to the penthouse. Get out."
I'm going to get off this next floor. I don't care where you're going.
Hey, I got a meeting with you. No, you do not.
That meeting's over. Blake, it makes sense that Andor in his series is maybe not as interesting or experienced. Baddish happens to him, and by Rogue One, he's angry, passionate, and driven. Hey, Chief, Andor's not going 3 seasons. I think you could watch it and like it.
No, I want to watch Andor.
Dang!
I know how he ends up.
Do you though? Maybe he becomes a Force ghost.
He ends up and getting destroyed by a big wave.
People don't become Force ghosts if they're not freaking Jedi.
Oh,
Han Solo, freaking morons.
You guys, I'm actively trying to forget that I spent a portion of my life faithfully tuning into that show.
We're sorry. We're sorry.
Yeah,
sorry,
that was bad business, bro.
Lefty, that was the actual pitch that she made for it.
Yeah. That's literally when she was pitching, she said, "That's what I pitch."
Michael, so Zach Light was fine, but personally, I block out 70%. Ooh, Trinity. Look, it's Squid Game and Dark Plagueis. Looks good.
I mean, that was the first time hey, I'll put in Dark Plagueis and it'll give me a season 2.
Oh man, the Temu Jedis.
what's a Tubi Jedi?
You ordered these Jedis off of Temu? I thought this was Amazon. They were cheaper. They were cheaper.
They were cheaper, y'all. Here's a question for you all and the chat, of course. Revenge of the Sith. It's the 20th anniversary. They're having theatrical screenings of the film. Did you go to these anniversary screenings of films, or you're like, yeah, I'm good. I don't need to go to theaters for something I watched several times in the theater? I mean, we watched it. There was a girl crying in a Princess Leia outfit at the end, and I was like, but I wasn't crying like her. I think. But I mean, and the way we saw it in theaters is like this huge. It was like this big, kind of big deal theater where it was the only theater in this movie theater. It's like that's it. You came for this massive, bigger than IMAX screen, and I was like, yeah, I'm never gonna watch it on that kind of screen again. And I don't have to worry about anybody kick my chair or whatever. How about you all?
Okay. I mean, we watched it, like I said, we watched it in Uptown. That theater was great for that movie. And that was very much an experience. I don't think in IMAX 3D, when it wasn't probably shot in 3D or something, is going to get me the same feel. And I can just go back here and pop in Revenge of the Sith anytime I want. So I don't need to go out and do it. I'm sure folks with kids who really love that movie and they got their kids and, hey, let's show this. I want to show you this movie the same way I saw it 20 years ago. I think that would have a really good appeal. But I'm not in that category.
Chief, have you gone to a movie that's been out, say I don't know, American Werewolf in London or whatever, and they were like, hey, we got a big showing next weekend. Would you go to the theater to see it?
No, I tried to go see Ninja Scroll one time. When it came back to the theaters, but I didn't make it. I bought the tickets, but I didn't make it that night. But nah, I got I got the speaker system in here and the surround sound and the big TV. I'm cool. And to be honest with you, I don't know if I've reached for that movie. Maybe I've watched that movie a couple of years after it came out again, and that's where it's been. I only I'm just gonna watch. I'm just gonna YouTube the fight between him and Anakin. That's what I'm gonna do. I don't need to watch the whole movie for that.
I'm sorry. What did you?
You said Revenge of the Sith, right?
Yeah.
What?
Hey,
what's
man,
that's an opinion.
Why you give me that? I'm just saying I don't need to.
I mean, all the payoff of everything else from the trilogy. I mean, from the prequel trilogy gets paid off in that movie. It's not just the Anakin Obi-Wan fight.
I'm going to YouTube the Anakin Obi-Wan fight.
Boom!
Damn what the payoff is, sir. I don't give a damn about Waste Window getting his hand chopped off. None of that, sir. I'm going to watch the fight. And that's what I'm going to be. I'm going to watch the fight. I don't need to watch all that other stuff. Yoda lose, everybody losing, everybody taking losses. The movie was one big Jedi loss. The poor kids being killed in the Jedi temple. Sir, help us. And then he just hit the you know what I mean? I'm like, oh my Lord, he's going to kill the child? And he did.
Like the first time you see that in theater is so like, oh, like that. Like, think if you seen that 20 years ago, you're like, oh, Vader's not, he is that bad. It isn't, he gets redeemed. It's like, well, you really worked for this one, buddy, but woo, that first day was not cool.
So I'm not going back. Yeah, so it was what it was.
Jedi would have been incompetent anyway, though, Jamie.
My man was like, Skywalker, are you coming to help us? My man was like, I have not come to help. Furthermore, you won't get a taste of this hot blade. So yeah, Obi-Wan.
It gotta be hot.
Oh.
Yeah, I could see it as a Fathom event. Yeah, where the fans are there. I don't know if I want to go and rando. Joe is sitting in there. Hey, what's up?
Yeah.
Lawson. I went out to see the 1933 King Kong on the big screen a few months ago. Local theater shows lots of classics. Going to see Superman 78 next month. Tell Jace he might meet you up there.
It's true.
Nice.
King Collector says, Chief, did you say Ninja Scroll?
Ninja Scroll. I don't know if they had a live action movie. I was talking about more so the
Crunchyroll does that around here. I think Mondays and Tuesdays they show random anime movies in theaters.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
I can be neat because most of those anime movies are watched on VHS and then DVD.
Ninja Scroll is loved.
What was it? Go-Go 13, man.
Well, I do remember Go-Go 13.
Bet you do. Oh, so all right. So what do you think here? If that's big if at the end of the year, Kathleen Kennedy is out, she leaves, pieces out, whatever. What should they do? Who should be in charge of Lucasfilm? Someone completely out on the outside, or clearly the people who are there? I know Ryan is not in favor of one of these guys. What do you think?
I'll say I think it has to be Dave Filoni because he's the one who, you need the understudy and you can have Jon Favreau. Hey, it's like, hey, I can do the marketing stuff. You do the lore and all that other fun stuff that is going to keep the nerds like myself pacified because, hey, you guys, he's using something from a book that we acted like wasn't a book and we acted like we couldn't have stole from this book years ago. They're bringing it to live action. It's so cool. And I'll find out somebody to make it marketing. It'll work out perfectly. If you try and bring in somebody like a J.J. Abrams and then it screws up, you waste so much time. You have the opportunity in this franchise to make more money. And this Star Wars is one of those. It's a brand that kind of is teetering. If you screw up on your movies and, the next president comes out with some bomb, everybody moves on, at least movie-wise. And that'd be a foolish idea.
Chief, there's some news that came today or this week that Amazon has the full-on control and rights now to James Bond. And Jace gave me a perfect segue.
Mm-hmm.
Like says, Russo brothers can run Star Wars or Chris Nolan. So What do you think about the idea of Amazon taking full control of James Bond, giving us Money Penny, the limited series?
I
Or
saw
Q?
that Naomi Harris shooting guns on her Instagram for the James Bond. She said this is the longest she's ever shot for a movie, which was 7 months. But I didn't realize it was, it was an Amazon thing. Amazon comes out with some all right movies, man. Who did they say the new James Bond was going to be?
They haven't gotten that far at all. So the whole deal is Amazon's going to run it, and they've been co-financing it with MGM and all that good stuff. So it's going to be completely under them, which means there you go. All right, here's our prime exclusive James Bond. They'll probably put it in theaters, of course, but hey, here's young James Bond, where we can see that on Prime as a TV series. We can get the early adventures of a young M, because they're going to want to do content for James.
So everybody's going to get their spinoff, basically.
The man with the golden gun.
And also, here's the other thing is they have now, because they have full control, the author's family and I think Barbara Broccoli, they're all saying, hey, you guys have it. So you guys want to create your own Bond, it's all you. So it definitely is going to have a little bit of, it's going to be interesting.
What's that spell? Bush. That's some Bush.
The Chief, what do you think about the expansion of the James Bond universe?
I think Jalen is right. That is Bush. Everybody does not need their own series. What's the old guy? Q, The Adventures of Q, and how he invented the watch. It's too much, man. Listen.
That Q is getting done. Oh boy's been playing Q for a minute in this series. It's going to be like him doing Tony Stark in Iron Man 3, running around making all these inventions. Here's my water bottle that explodes.
We've already got a character like that. His name is MacGyver.
Exactly, Lefty.
I don't want to see it. Yeah, I don't want to see. I don't see. Just do a Bond thing. I don't need to see young Bond like young Sheldon.
Great idea. Crossover, MacGyver and young James Bond.
I think I'm cool, man. Just do the Bond movie if you're gonna do the Bond movies, and I'm not gonna watch all that anyway. It's too much. It's too much crappy content sometimes, man, for you to like. You know what I mean? Like for you, like when you look through Amazon now, it's just a jungle of stuff, and you got to try to figure out what you're gonna watch, what's not gonna be crap. Like I saw the Gorge.
I wonder why I want to keep watching, Chief.
Did you see the Gorge on Apple?
No, I don't have Apple.
Oh,
any good?
I enjoyed it.
Oh, okay.
It was a love story.
Was it dang decent?
I haven't seen a good love story in a while.
I know you're a big fan of love movies.
Mm-hmm.
You're a sensitive man. Hey, Jace, you didn't get the memo about rocking your team colors in red, preferably.
Sorry, forgot that one.
All right.
Didn't get that text either.
It's all good. So we got that. Now let's talk about the biggest news of the week, and I cannot wait for this reaction. All right, so James Gunn met with reporters with Peter Safran, his fellow head of DC Studios, to give us an update on all of these projects that have been in the works for so long. And hey, maybe some of this stuff has not made any progress. Like the casting of the new Batman. Haven't gotten there just yet. And we're still waiting on that. Your Authority show or movie, they can't quite figure out how to make that work, Chief. So that's going to be on the back burner. The Waller show, no progress. They had a guy who was in place. Let me try to see if I can find his name real fast. They did have what is the boy's name? It had somebody set to do Booster Gold, and Gosh, why can't I find his name? This guy was doing that baseball show. Yeah, I can't, of course.
Ted Lasso?
Not baseball.
I'm sorry.
show.
Yeah.
Front Yard and Dark. Gosh, what's that show? This is why she was saying there's too much stuff out.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Yes, this show, Eastbound and Down. Danny McBride. They had him working on Booster Gold. He was like, "Oh, I'm intrigued." Then he lost interest because it got delayed, so he's off. They're trying to find somebody else to work on it. But Authority, they're like, well, some of the ideas that we have planned for Authority, we're actually incorporating them into Superman. And Waller, we're still not happy with the script. Here's an idea. Don't do a show on Amanda Waller. It's not necessary. So we've got that going. And they've made no progress on Batman. The Batman 2. Matt Reeves is still working on the script, and he's not gonna present it until it's ready. So basically, they don't have much going. They did like the old Warner Brothers did, where it's like, hey, here's all this stuff. We've got 10 movies coming. Remember that Cyborg announcement, Chief? And they had all this stuff that they were putting out for us. And let me see. Man, where is this deal? Okay. I think this is where it is now. Let me see if I can find this. Yeah, all right. So back in the day, we had Man of Steel, Dawn of Justice, Suicide Squad, Wonder Woman, Justice League Part 1. This is back in the old days. The Flash, Aquaman, an untitled DC film, Shazam, Justice League Part 2. Cyborg was set for 2020. Green Lantern Corps also set for 2020. So they had all of this stuff coming. And then not really a whole lot came out from it. And it seems like they didn't learn their lesson. It's like, here's all the stuff we're going to do. That Wonder Woman, the Mascara show, Paradise, I think it was called.
Yeah.
No, we're moving on that show. No movement there. Nothing announced on Swamp Thing, but they do have a Clayface movie coming.
Maybe.
No, that was
Hopefully
coming.
not.
They've got a good script for it, and he's
really?
happy about it. So they're going to move forward with it.
Okay.
Colin Farrell, not really impressed to put on all the makeup to be Penguin. So no idea if a season 2 will come from that. And
you saying he doesn't want to do the makeup again?
And apparently it was a lot of makeup. I mean, they did drastically change how he looked when he was rocking it. So
they paid him, right?
What'd you say?
They paid him, right?
You know what? Yeah,
I mean, like you
don't understand the plight of actors. It's hard work,
man.
He has options to not do movies with all the makeup.
I guess, man. I mean, why you take the goddamn job? Yeah, you know what I mean. This is crazy to me. I had to put on a lot of makeup. You knew that going in. I don't know if I want to do the character anymore. Get out of here, Colin. Go on. What the hell on?
The best DC movie news I've heard in a while. Michael Solis, Amanda Waller only works as an antagonist. Don't make a movie about her. We'll ruin the character. She's not a hero villain. She's a pragmatist. Pragmatist. Thank you. I don't know why I was reading that and just like continuing to say it wrong. Jalen, I'm tired of all these announcements, all these slates. Why do we need to be promised phases and all that? Because
right. But I did hear Blade is on the way.
Wow.
Look out for that, Jamelin. It's coming soon. I just wanted to announce that. We're talking about doing Blade.
Now, Justin, this is exactly what they did, but I feel like there was not a whole lot that I was excited about when they announced this. It was like, who asked for an Authority movie? Like, why have them in the mix before you get a Justice League movie? And why have a spinoff of Wonder Woman instead of a Wonder Woman movie? I mean, you can't go, well, nobody liked the last Wonder Woman. Nobody liked Justice League, else the Josh Whedon cut. I mean, that'd have been like DC and Warner Brothers going, hey, nobody liked Batman and Robin, so we're never going to do another Batman movie. Oh, hey, what's up, Christopher Nolan? You want to talk to us about something? They make these announcements for their shareholders. Jason, you're a shareholder at Warner's too, or Discover, whatever the heck it is now.
And now I actually was thinking about it, but they kept making crappy movies, so I said no.
Whoops. Well, there you go.
Yeah, I mean, you have to get again. I think whoever mentioned said it was shareholders. That's who you do it for. You have to get it for the people at Comic-Con. You have to get these releases. You have to say, hey, we're doing stuff. This is why we're still relevant. If DC really, Warner Brothers really said, hey, we got Superman coming up. After we fire, you guys so limited us for firing Zack Snyder, and now we only have one movie for the next 5 years. I think you guys would be pissed. So we have to say, hey, we got all these great movies that nobody asked for, but at least it shows this made sense for us to get rid of the Rock Johnson, the new hierarchy of the DC universe, because we have all of these great movies coming out. And if you didn't have that, then y'all could have just let Zack Snyder just keep going until you had a regular amount of product ready to go.
Put a pin on that Zack Snyder. I want to mention him in a second. All right, Chief, let me know what excited you about this original slate of The Gods and Monsters from James Gunn and Peter Safran. Superman originally, Superman Legacy. This is going to look at the younger days of Clark Kent. And then a separate Superman movie produced by J.J. Abrams and written by Ta-Nehisi Coates is also going to be in development under the Elseworlds banner. And Superman Legacy will lead into the next DCU film, The Authority. And the release date for Superman is still intact. Got to give it up to him. This was back in January 31st, 2023. The release date for Superman is July 11th, 2025. That's pretty solid. Good work. Okay, but not so much on anything else.
That was the one that James Gunn was actually doing. Everybody else.
There you go.
He was like, you guys can do all that mess. I know I can come up with a script.
Right. So we got The Authority. That was supposed to be number 2 on this whole thing. Not coming. The release date back then was to be announced. Still to be announced. Next up, The Brave and the Bold. That's going to introduce the Bat family to the DCU. TBA for that one as well. Supergirl Woman of Tomorrow. That's moved forward to the next film. Makes no sense to me to have a Superman. And oh yeah, here's Supergirl. Swamp Thing. Well, it's still coming maybe. Batman Part 2, we're still waiting on that. We do know it's not coming this year, next year, maybe not 2027 unless the script gets done.
Takes them at least 2 to 3 years.
Yeah, Creature Commandos is done. Waller, not done. It's supposed to come out before summer 2025. That's not happening. Paradise Lost was supposed to be a Game of Thrones inspired fantasy series set on Themyscira long before the birth of Wonder Woman. Why? Who cares? Release date on that to be announced. Booster Gold soon. You know what the deal is. TV show to be announced. One, it is still moving forward. Lanterns, and that is going to be a True Detective style take on Hal Jordan mentoring an old gray Hal Jordan mentoring John Stewart. So not great. They've not really stuck to anything they were doing or planned, and it's just like, hey, here's what we're doing. Chief, what happened here?
The same thing that's been happening, just garbage. You know what I mean? I don't even know what's going on with that. We're getting before and afters and in betweens and the rearranging. I mean, it's DC. It's DC, man. What you gonna do, man? You know what I mean? What you gonna do? It's it's just like a toddler running around with a full pamper. It just stinks. You know what I mean? You know, and whenever I see a little kid running towards me like that, I be like, "Don't come here." And that's how I feel about DC. Don't come here. Get away from me. You know what I mean? Because I think it's just horrible, man. It's just horrible what this thing has become, and I can't. You know what? I can't. I wish I could come and watch Superman with each and every one of you, and just take your face as you watch it. The disappointment, the wonder of why you're here in this theater. The asking yourself, is this your life? because it is. And and I think DC, that's DC for you. I think every time you see something with DC, you're like, what is this? What am I watching? What have I come to watch? The Batman movie. Then before the Batman could settle, there was a new Batman coming, and there's a Superman coming now. There's a new Superman, and the Superman before that Superman, and we got a Supergirl, but now we got a new Supergirl. You know what I mean? It's just it's stupid. It's just stupid. And I told you, man, I'm just so sick of DC, man. I was sick of him before Gunn took over. I'm sick of him while he's there, and I'll be sick of him when they kick him out after this disastrous set of movies. So, good times. Hey, but everybody catch it. The new Superman movie's coming out. When is that? July? Everybody run to your local theater, man. I need y'all in there on that first night.
Man, gosh, you know, Jennifer Lawrence, gosh, man, she got paid on Hunger Games. Like, I do not want to do I do not want to be here for these X-Men movies after Days of Future Past. No, thank you. Gosh, we're getting a Clayface movie, and keep in mind we're getting a Clayface movie before a proper Batman movie.
Clayface movie, like I don't. You're just sitting there and you're just like, yeah, what character? What's one of the most uninteresting characters we could do?
What's up, Rick Cage?
Okay. You don't mean an actor who has lost the ability to become himself. He's lost.
Why would you? That's a horror movie. That's not a.
It is. But that's what they're saying. It's a R-rated movie. It's not going to be some nice kiddie movie. It's going to be a horror movie. So it's not a matter of it could be something scary. And as Javon, you said, it would be something different that you don't see in comic book movies.
And you know why? Because that doesn't make money. It's like, I don't understand why Clayface got green. You could make him a really cool villain for a Batman movie. He didn't need to have his own movies. Like we said earlier, he doesn't need it. And he's going to be the main character. Who's going to fight and beat this guy? Jim Gordon?
Oh, that's where you're ready to the problem.
Well, and then after that, they're doing a Mirror Man movie. One of Flash's enemies. So it'll be good, man. Love it. You're gonna love that. You know. So yeah, it's gonna be good, man. And then after that, man, they're gonna do a Toy Man movie. So just be prepared for all the great comic villains coming out, man.
It's worked so well for Sony.
What's my man? Mixoplexis.
Mixoplexis.
Yeah, he's next. You know, we're gonna go into his world and we're gonna see him when he was young, just a young imp, and then watch him grow into this thing and then peek his hold into the Superman universe. It's gonna be excellent, man. You'll love it. Action packed, man. You know.
That guy says, "Chief, I'm not here for it."
Snake Eyes, man. Listen, bro, you gotta go see it, man. They're waiting for you. They want your money. James Gunn needs your money, man, to help support this thing. The long neck Superman. It's called How Does Superman Get a Neck That Long? You know what I mean? His body is in space, still absorbing the solar rays, while his neck is on Earth fighting crime. So it'll be good, man. You'll enjoy it.
Why are you such a hater?
Saying, man, dude got a long ass neck.
Kind of annoying that DC has all these plans and still hasn't released a movie yet. Shouldn't we see if Superman succeeds before we make a whole universe, or will it be another Snyderverse? So the thing that I think is really interesting is he didn't need to announce all this stuff, because if Superman sucks, then I don't know how many people are going to want to see a Supergirl movie, which I think is such a weird way to go.
Man, I can't wait. Because I like the other Supergirl from Flash, and then they were like, not her. Why not her? You know what I mean? It's yeah, man. Right. Exactly, Blake. Now somebody's gonna sign up for Clayface and then be like, I'm not gonna do it again. I had to go through a lot of makeup. Like, all right, man. All right. You know. Supernatural quantum leap.
DC has too many good characters to be in this. Like, I don't know what we're gonna do. It's so wild to me.
I would love a supernatural movie.
Hey, Jays, why don't you share your supernatural news there?
With James and Dean?
Yeah.
James, Dean, and Cass. They're all coming for one episode at least for The Boys season 5.
For who?
The Boys. Amazon show. Eric Kripke.
They're gonna be on
The Boys.
Yeah.
Has their characters?
No.
No.
They're going to be one soldier boy. We don't know what Jensen's we don't know what Jared's
Padalecki.
Yeah. We don't know his character. And Misha they just put this on social media today. They kind of had all of them released like a video like, hey, you coming? It's like, wait, what are we doing? And then it shows the Boys season 5.
Okay. I would like to see a movie with them in it, just doing their own thing. But I guess.
Justin has a question for you, Chief.
Nothing ruined anything like the WB. I think I need to go to the WB. After seeing that frog, I had to go to therapy. The CW, man, nah, not really. You know what, man? The Flash had a few good years, right? CW, right?
It had a lot of good years,
and then there was some good programming on. You know what ruined DC? The movies. They just had somebody, like I said, man. They had some stuff in there that was just, you know what, man? My ex-sister-in-law used to call me ODB.
That's why she's your ex-sister-in-law, right, Chief?
You know what I mean?
Shame on you.
Yeah. Ooh, baby, I like it raw. What I don't know.
You didn't tell her that.
Whoa.
That's another reason.
It's a whole different conversation.
Right.
But yeah, man, they the movies were just so. I mean, they had a good thing going, and then they pulled the plug on it, man. I mean, we talk about it all the time, man. That Wonder Woman 2, I don't even know if it was Wonder Woman 2.
84.
Yeah, it was just 84.
There you go, Chief. A little trip back to therapy for you.
Yeah, man.
Hello, my baby. Hello, my dog.
It's the WB. Yeah. So you already know, Lefty, man. That show was just some crap. Yeah, man. Give me the mic so I can trick it a whoop.
Ryan is just continuing with the snark. It's amazing. They should make a Batman TV show, but give him a bow and arrow instead and change his name to Oliver.
Hey, I mean, just listening, there were so many times that CW and Warner Brothers TV has tried to use Batman, but they're like, no, Batman is only for the big screen. So you can't never use him in a TV show. You can have mentions of Batman like Gotham, but you cannot make a Batman TV show.
Or kill him off like he did in Batwoman. The Flash was great for a while, and then it just went downhill. Too many characters, and the story turned to garbage.
It was the same story. That's the problem. It was recycled. Okay, Flash does something. Flash gets a Minty. Minty learns the thing. Minty doesn't do anything, gets kicked off. Recycle.
And that was fine until Crisis, or till after Crisis. Then it was like, what are we doing, guys?
Hey, I listened to Grant Gustin. He was like, really, what are we doing here, guys?
Hey, what's Grant doing lately?
He's a father and doing the convention circuit. He's happy.
Man, that's good work if you can get it. I don't need to do any more movies. I didn't watch that Birds of Prey show. Chief, I know you watch that every week.
No.
No? Oh, okay. Just checking. That was just the last season, wasn't it?
No, he and Cisco jumped in season 7.
It was bad before. It got worse before then.
Yeah, but where did Cisco jump to?
Cisco actually works. He does theater. I think in like listening to Grant, he was like, yeah, he's back on the theater, enjoying his life. But I think they were saying that Flash was a hard show because none of them are scientists. So it's like, hey, you're gonna have to remember all this science mumbo jumbo, and you're like, okay, sure.
No, I've got to be with Chief on this one. They had a hard time with the scientific terms as actors.
That's what I'm. You don't got to understand the terms. Well, the molecule splits and divides. The photosynthesis then takes over.
Photosynthesis.
Has the osmosis divides the cell. Like, you don't have to understand what you're saying. You just have to say it.
You got to commit to it. That's the problem. Is you have to know what you're talking about to commit to it. If you don't know, you're like,
bro,
whatever.
We're just talking to CW. How good you got to be? You know what I mean? You can probably just
Ori unplugs them. Also a very good trick.
Yeah, you know what, man? Oh, woes me.
I think the Thinker season is when it really becomes like, okay, guys, we don't have a clue what we're doing here.
But the Thinker season started off so good. It was like, wait, what happened?
And then it took them the whole season to take this dude down.
Again, once they introduced Flash in prison, just this season after they did Arrow in prison, it was like, come on, guys. Like, I know you want to reuse the set again, but come on, that's not a way to go.
I mean, Rick Cage, no denying that at all. They had really great cartoons.
Oh, okay.
The Zoom season was good. That was long before Crisis. That was still when it was good. And they hadn't done the storyline over and over again.
Because, I mean, Savitar, season 3, Savitar was good until, I'm sorry, no, it wasn't Savitar. Who was it? Started Dr. Alchemy, and then they switched it to Savitar. It was like, oh, okay, that was cool. A little twist to what we were expecting. Okay, cool.
Lefty, I mean, it was more than a guilty pleasure for me. I really enjoyed Flash. I mean, it had its bumps, but I was fine with it right up through Crisis, where it was like, oh, shoot, are they going to kill Barry too? That was dope. And then after, they just went on these dumb decisions and like, hey, let's introduce a whole new cast of supporting characters, and they all got powers. That was lame. And I just didn't care about and then they kept trying to make Killer Frost a thing. I did not care. Arrow was good right up until the point where after their best season, they decided nothing happened to anybody you cared about. But by the way, here's Oliver's punk kid, and let's introduce his punk children in the future in a flash forward. That was a bad decision. Supergirl was really good up until the witches. And Legends of Tomorrow was fun until they got rid of Ray. It was like, what are y'all doing? He's one of the best characters on your show. And Superman and Lois just good. And Stargirl, just good. But I mean, I enjoyed more of the CW, but then when their shows went off the rails, it was time to leave them.
Stargirl was decent.
Which one?
But I watched it only on the DC app, which lasted that garbage failed experiment.
You should go watch if it wasn't 3 seasons, the other 2 seasons. If it was just 2 seasons, no.
It was just 2 seasons. 3 seasons were good.
Yeah, you should watch the other.
I'm starting to get this from the DC talk. That right there.
So the thing with Legends, it was good as a CW spinoff show for 2 seasons. Then afterwards, it became whatever the heck it became. And as long as you would go along with it, it was funny. But you could not connect it to what they'd done in the previous 2. We're really focused on the CW Arrowverse shows. And it just came as Wild West. Let's do whatever the heck we want to do. And it took me a second to get with it. And then it just kind of randomly threw the characters into the crossover. But it was fine. It's better than the first 2 seasons. They ruined Grodd. What could they have done with Grodd? There's so much cool stuff they could do. Michael Solis, Black Lightning was amazing until it joined the CW verse.
Black Knight was good, man, for a while.
Stargirl was pretty good. Grodd was wasted indeed. All right, well, before we leave this DC discussion, and wow, it's already 9:50. I don't know how that happened. James Gunn wanted to get everybody talking and go viral with this picture that got everybody's attention going wild. Chief, what did you think about when you saw this? James Gunn and Zack Snyder reunited, and it feels so good. In case you don't remember, James Gunn wrote the screenplay for one of my favorite movies, Dawn of the Dead, and Zack Snyder directed it. And it's like, hey, listen, we're not rivals, we're pals. And we took this picture because we wanted to get everybody buzzing. But if it's more than that, what could work? What would get you excited? Would a Zack Snyder pocket of the universe work for you? They decided to go that route and just like, hey, whatever. We're gonna let Zack continue to play in his sandbox of his old guard. What do y'all think?
They didn't even announce. They didn't say like, "Oh, we're gonna do something with him." They just took a picture together.
Well, I mean, it's just to get you talking.
Yeah, I'm not gonna talk. It's a picture. You know what I mean? They're not gonna trick me. I'm not falling into that. No banana in the tailpipe.
This is them back in the day. Look a little bit younger there, and I guess we all do from back in the day. But there you go. Jace, what do you think about that? Oh, I watched that movie. Grumpy old men reboot.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
Jace, no thoughts.
No, I think they're trying to teach something, and hopefully it's. I mean, you're not. I don't think you're getting a pocket universe. I think maybe you might have a. If we could do it, could we do a wrap up movie? Just one last, not having Flashpoint be the last movie, but could we? I mean, could we do one movie with everybody there, big blow up, and then goes into our Superman universe that's already existed, or just kind of goes away?
Chief is shaking.
Chief is like, nah. It's just a picture. They ran into each other in a hotel. Right. They took a picture, and that was it.
No, they had a meeting talking about some things. Let's talk about them hits. So,
can it be if it was also?
It was also simple, bro. So we'll see. I'm curious to see what they actually could do.
I mean, right. No, I mean, but here's the other thing. He could probably mean the best thing is Zack Snyder could tell James Gunn, hey, here's the pitfalls of working for WB Warner Brothers, and here's the mistakes not to make. Don't overpromise, and make sure your stuff is not screwed up ginormously by the random editors. You'll be fine.
Is that your pitch, Jace? Cool. What else you got, kid? A 10-hour Superman. I'm just saying, why? I mean, we got Matt Reeves not working on his Batman. I don't know what he's doing chilling, but why not just have him do his own deal with the Snyderverse? People like Chief would pay to watch that. And they would go, they'd be hyped, like, whatever, I don't care what James Gunn is doing. I'm here for the Snyder. Henry Cavill, he looks like Superman. He's got an average sized neck, but he's built. He's ready to knock over people.
I mean, the thing, here's the thing. Beside Wonder Woman, their movies were not super box office hits. I mean, as much as there was an audience, but there was not a massive audience for the amount of investment dollars that were put in these movies.
Good gosh, you sound like a lawyer just then.
That happens.
For the investment dollars. Hey, Chief, you want to hear what a real cinephile sounds like? That was Jace just then.
Is that what it is?
Yeah, man, that was wild. Jace, Aquaman, the first one, made $1 billion. That's more than Wonder Woman.
What did the second one make?
I mean, what were we talking? That was when it was a lame duck franchise. Nobody cared about it at that point.
Oh, the movie sucked from what you told
it did?
I thought you. It was you. It was Dwayne who said it sucked.
Watch it. All right, the second one made less than half of that, 439. But again, I'm not going to blame that on the movie's quality because they said none of this stuff matters. Oh, let's see. What did the 2017 Justice League make? It made $661 million worldwide.
Compared to Avengers.
What did you say?
Compared to Avengers.
But see, you're dumb if you're trying to compare it to Avengers. That just
that's what the Warner Brothers. That's what the executives at Warner Brothers were. We are putting all this money and all this talent. We want an Avengers return.
Well, that was stupid.
Yeah.
They shouldn't have wanted that and expect that to be the case. I'll do Avengers Age of Ultron. I think that's probably a fair comparison.
But they rushed the movie. It was, hey, did you need to have all these guys in Dawn of Justice? Did you need to kill Superman in your second movie? No. but they wanted to get to their Avengers movie.
So Avengers Age of Ultron made 459 domestically. Justice League made 229 domestically. So that's still different. But again, they had a ton of movies leading up to that. And I can't compare the Zack Snyder deal. But let's see what Wonder Woman made just for fun. Wonder Woman made 412 and an 823 worldwide. Chief's favorite movie, Wonder Woman 1984, made 47 million domestically. Of course, this was during the pandemic and it made 169 worldwide. But boy, that's bad. I can see why everybody involved with that would be upset. Hey, Jamelin, I absolutely remember that United 7. I was like, who's the seventh man? Batman 2 reminds me of Rian Johnson trilogy. They're going to re-release a 5-hour Flashpoint in black and white. This time he drives a DeLorean. Ryan Daly, Aquaman 2 bomb because not enough Amber. 10,000. It'd be good. I would be good with a 5-hour Snyder versus Green Lantern. King Collector, that Man of Steel was awesome. They should have done Man of Steel without bringing all those other characters in. Don't get you started.
I'm just gonna sit with my hands folded, man.
Martha, listen, I will defend that twist. I thought it was cool. Rick Cage, there's no account for taste. Many box office bombs are cult faves. Excellent stories. All right, that brings us to the end of this show. But before we do that, let's talk about our nominees for Dummies of the Week. Jace, why don't you go first?
I have no dummy of this week.
This is embarrassing. What a travesty. My dummy of the week are the Academy, because they're going to try to convince us that these movies that no one wanted to see all year are the best movies of the year. Now, some are good, but some are good, some are bad. But it's one thing we've always had. These Oscar movies don't make a lot of money, and we're gonna watch where some people are gonna watch a 3-hour telecast and wonder what people are wearing simply to be told these are good movies you should see. You weren't interested in them earlier, but you should see them now. So, not really interested in the Oscar scene. I'm so good, and if you haven't watched these movies before, just because they get an Oscar doesn't magically make them a great movie. Chief, you got one?
Yeah, I do have one.
Got up in the seat for this one.
I want to say those who are on here who are young, go ahead and turn off the computer. The rest of y'all,
turn off the computer, Grandpa.
I was gonna say, what are we? Turn the phones off.
The rest of y'all, man,
off, switch off. Where we going here?
A dummy of the week is anybody whose wife is getting punished by another man. To post the messages online. Tony Martinez, you are my dummy of the week. In the messages that you posted, your wife is basically saying, hey, you are incredibly large, and every time you're where you are, it feels like you're poking my heart. And to me, that is not something as a man I would want other men to know about me. Hey, baby, you never said that to me. She is basically saying this man is built like a Shetland pony from the waist down and telling him that. And you have let every man online read this. What you should have done was, one, just go ahead and break up with her. She's a cheater. You can have the house, no alimony, take your child. But no. In this new wave age, everybody wants to post their L's online. Sir, you are taking an L. You are taking a big ass L. There's no way any female that I've ever dated who could have cheated on me or who has would I have taken that thing and showed it to the world. Let me tell you something, man. It's not going to happen. I don't want anyone to know, well, you're bigger than my husband, that's for sure. Now I can't go outside. I can't go outside with these guys. I can't go outside with anyone. I'm now working from home forever. I have to DoorDash my clothes and my food because I'm no longer allowed outside. My neighbors are looking at me. Oh, there's little Chief. What's up, little Chief? You know, and you've already pretty much said you're a little man. So you're just like, hey guys, you know, you come to the barbecue this week? Nah, guess I'm just gonna stay at home and sit on the couch. All right, little Chief, when you're ready to come out, you let us know. All right, guys. Thanks for asking about me. And so now these dudes here, you that's what I'm saying. You put that man now. That just doesn't make sense to me. So no, dummy of the week or any week, any man posts his L like that. This man is punishing your wife, and from the text, punishing her well. And you have just let us know that this has happened to you.
And
it's not my business.
And also let you know the wife also has some fun with your wife.
Right. Yeah. Hey, listen, this man was punishing my wife very well. She was coming home very satisfied.
And then hey, honey, you home? Little kiss on the cheek. Yeah. Okay. I gotta go.
Yeah. What's wrong, baby? You got a limp. Don't worry about it, baby. I'll be fine in a couple days.
Spin class.
You know what I mean? I don't know,
the
man.
Teacher was very aggressive with spin class this week.
I'm gonna try to be on here, man, the next weekend, man.
Said Little Chief.
If they allow me. Little Chief is always, you know. He's always around, man. Listen, if your woman's cheating on you and the text messages read like that, man, just go ahead and dump your girl, man. You ain't gotta let us know, man. You ain't gotta let us know. And if you let me know and you let me see them and they look like that, I'm gonna clown you. I'm gonna clown you. You know what I mean? When you wake up in the morning, there'll be Vienna sausages outside your door. Who put these out here? What's going on?
I go nicely with the eggs you put on other people's houses.
Yeah, it's just one of those things, man. You've embarrassed yourself. Now you look like a sucker. You know what I mean? And you got Steve Smith probably getting more DMs than he ever had. You know what I mean?
I just checked for you because I was curious, just in case Steve Smith decided to come at you here for what you said on the show.
Yeah.
And Steve Smith is 5'9", so sorry, you won't be able to take him down.
Listen, I think Steve Smith got his own problems. I think somebody who's about 5'5" in his family is probably punishing him right now because she's not too happy about it. I'm sure. You know what I mean?
Chief, he said his wife also enjoyed the endeavor.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
No, did he say that? I don't think he said.
I'm paying it as PC as possible, but
yeah,
all three of them are having some fun.
Let me tell you something, man. It's a wild world, but don't post an L that your wife took and you also took. That's just not good business. So now I don't know where he works. I don't know what his job is like. But if his job is anything like our jobs or the people we know, you can't come around no more. You've officially eliminated yourself, your time and space with your friends.
No, I mean, like at that point, you do have to accept you are going to fight because it's just going to happen.
I don't think he can fight. I think that's why he posted it. I think that's what a dude who can't fight posts. So yeah.
If you're a football player, you probably got some goons who do.
I mean, usually if you're a football player, you might be pretty scrappy yourself. I mean, you know what I mean? You don't want to fight Steve Smith. But damn, you don't want to post a loss like that to Steve Smith. You know? Steve, are you part horse? I'm like, gosh, dang. They're killing this. Dude, you're losing out there. You're losing. So, you know, it's and your wife is she's enjoying herself. Yeah. She's enjoying herself. Well, you know why? Because you didn't satisfy your wife. Clearly.
He didn't make enough for those NFL dollars.
All right. Yeah, that's what it was.
That's what it really came down to. All right, fellas, thank you as always. Thank you, Michael Solis, Lefty Two Lions, BK, Blake Tarpley, Justin Huber, the movie guy, David Thanos, Sir GL Rick Cage, Esquire. I said Blake Tarpley already. Jalen Parks, King Collector, Snake Eyes, Let's see here. Ryan
Kelly
Daly,
Cox.
Kelly Cox. Let's
David
see.
Thanos.
Don't forget anybody else. Michael A. Mark A. Let's see. I think that's everybody.
Lawson. Wallace.
Lawson. Henry G. Of
Mark
course.
A.
Yes. All right. I think that's everybody. I'll be back on tomorrow with another live Loudspeaker Files. And be on the lookout, hopefully soon, for my interview with Jeremy Adams. So thank you all, as always, for tuning in for Jace, for Chief. This episode of Louds Movie Files has been filed.